Good afternoon. I'm sitting with Lise Dutrisac. Lise, thank you for accepting to meet with us. And we're so comfy right here in your living room. So thanks again. So we want to know a little bit about you. So could you speak a little bit of yourself, your passion, your principles?
Happy to. So I was born and raised in Isilda, and then I moved to Sudbury. But I love Sudbury. I think it's a great place to raise kids. So I've lived here all my life. One of my passions is getting to know people and meeting new people. So I really enjoy that. And I think that I would recommend anyone who is looking for a place to live, come and live in Sudbury.
So why did you choose to work in education? Everybody's got their story. What is yours?
Well, I think education chose me. When I started my career a few years ago, I started with Revenue Canada, and now it's called CRA, of course. And at that time, I did different things. I was an auditor for a while, and then I was working in public affairs as district communication manager. Part of my duties when I was the district communications manager was to offer programs, tax programs, as an outreach. So one of the programs we had, for example, was called Teaching Taxes. And what that entailed, we'd go to schools and we'd teach teachers on how to teach taxes to their students. So there was that program. We also had the volunteer program. And that program was about helping seniors and those individuals who could not do their tax returns on their own and could not afford to pay someone to do the taxes. So that was part of the teaching as well. And from there, I moved over to Collège Boréal. And while there, I was director of continuing ed and director of international. So as continuing ed director, I was able to hire a lot of the teachers, a lot of the profs to teach the online courses and to teach the courses at nighttime learning. And then as director of international, it did give me an opportunity to go to other countries. I went to Haiti and I went to Mali, and we were dealing with schools there with projects that the college had with them. So it was very interesting. And one of the things that struck me was that when I went to Mali, the project that they had was to plant small trees in order to enclose the cows, so the cows would not go elsewhere to fatten the cows and the rest of it. But the culture was quite different, and it was very interesting.
Could you tell us how that helped you in your journey?
Absolutely. So when I first started at Revenue Canada, now called CRA, I actually started as a stenographer. Like, that's quite a few years ago.
Yes.
I had done business college. I'd gone to business college, and then I from there I got a job at CRA. So in order to advance, I took some accounting courses. So I was with the certified general accountants for several years. I reached level 4 and did not complete the certification. However, it was part of it so that I could then work as an auditor. And from there, I did do quite a few courses. So I also obtained a certificate in alternate dispute resolution from the University of Windsor. And then throughout, as I kept on going, when I left the university, I obtained my certified financial planning designation. So that is a designation because I ended up working as a financial planner. Again, though, while I was a financial planner, I had my own business. We did a lot of workshops. So there was a lot of teaching, if you want. I mean, it's not classroom teaching, but it's still transferring knowledge from you to the next person.
What was the reward in doing that and the challenges? We all have challenges. However, we love what we do. There's, always that element. Could you speak a little bit about that?
In terms of when I worked at Collège Boréal, helping the students with when we did the international development and seeing the projects to fruition. And I forgot to mention, I ended up at Laurentian University.
I was going to ask, yes.
After Collège Boréal, I started working for Laurentian University. And what happened there is that when I was at CRA, I was one of the managers. I mentioned that I was district communications manager. We had 1,800 employees at Revenue Canada at that time. All of them needed to be what we call trained in human rights. So the managers were trained, so it was train the trainer. Managers received the training, and then the managers trained all the employees. So I had that background, and I did quite a few sessions. So when I started working at Laurentian University, it was in the human rights department, and where I was, again, I was doing workshops and helping students, staff, and faculty with human rights so that they would know what their rights are. And I would do quite a few workshops in that capacity.
You speak of workshops in the human rights area. And besides a workshop at Laurentian University, was there anything else that you supported the institution, say, to make sure that everybody was on their best behavior, so to say?
Well, the job, the job that I had at that time was twofold. One was to do the workshops, and the other one was to be able to assist individuals who had issues with harassment or bullying, and they would have a place where they could talk, and it was very confidential. So they would come to my office, and it was very confidential. I also wanted to mention, when I was at Laurentian, I did teach a course to first-year students, and it was those students who had managed to complete their grade 13 and get into university, but they were kind of on marginal, like they weren't strong students. And so the purpose of the course was to be able to help them along, to give them life lessons, if you want, how to study, how to do research. And so that was I did that for a couple of years for those students. And most of them did succeed in the end, so that was very rewarding.
Through your describing your work, I feel the passion that you had in the teaching community. And so the passion is there. Were there any struggles or, challenges, I should say? Challenges is a better word.
I'm sure there were challenges, and I'm trying to think what challenges actually there were. I mean, time management is always a challenge. So
yes.
With family, I was raising 3 daughters. So with family and then studies, always the lifelong learning, which I feel is very, very important. And then making sure that you, of course you go to work, but you spend most of your days at work, and then, that life balance. It's not only helping in our community, we also help globally. One of the key projects that we've worked on for many years, and when I say we, I mean Rotary, not just the Rotary Club of Sudbury, but Rotary International, is the eradication of polio. So we started that project in 1985, and right now we only have two countries left, Afghanistan and Pakistan. And it's very important to us to fulfill the promise we made to the children of the world to eradicate polio. There was the Guatemala Literacy Project that was most interesting, helping those students that would not have the opportunity to learn with that literacy project. And we have many other projects that Rotary is involved in. So I've been in Rotary for 30 years.
Wow, and that's a long time.
Yes, I just feel that it's good to give back to the community. So through my journey as a Rotarian, I was a club president, and then I was assistant governor, and then I was district governor. And now I work at what they call zones, so it's one level up, helping clubs and districts with Rotary. And funny part is, right now I'm the learning facilitator for our district. So again, I do give quite a bit of workshops. I lead a lot of workshops, and I facilitate a lot of workshops. In the world, we have 1.4 million Rotarians in
Wow.
over 300 clubs in over 200 countries. So Rotary is large. And the Rotary International Convention this coming June will be in Calgary. This past June 2024, it was in Singapore. So I ended up going to Singapore to the international convention. And again, it's very high level, lots of good speakers, keynote speakers, and you get to meet so many Rotarians.
Is there advice that you would like to give to the younger generation?
Well, it's funny. I think I learned from them. One of the things that I've learned from them, for quite a few of them, I think they're getting it right about life balance.
Ah,
Because some of the young couples that I know with children, like the amount of time that they intentionally spend with their kids, I think that's beautiful. So I think I'm learning from them. And as far as advice, if I would give them any advice, is to say yes to opportunities that sometimes you don't know where it's going to lead you.
if you were to look back at your journey and thinking of everything you've done, what is the one thing that you would do different? And what is the one thing you cherish the most?
Well, one thing I would do different, it seems to me that I would have liked to do my university degree full time at a university with all the experiences that you get by doing university with other students, because I did mine part time, and when I graduated from university, my daughter was 3 years old, and it was a
Oh,
struggle
yeah.
because you're trying to, again, the life balance. So I would do that differently. I think I'd try to find a way so I could do university full time. In terms of what I cherish my journey. I mean, it just seems I've done so much. Like when I've had the opportunity, pardon me, to experience so much, like the opportunity to go to Haiti, the opportunity to go to Mali, the opportunity to learn all these different skills as I went through my journey and experiencing different things. So I think that's what I cherish.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I think I was fortunate in having the ability to do that, to experience different things, and that's what I would recommend to people. That if you do have an opportunity, like expand your reach.
So thank you for meeting with us.
Thank you.